Let me ask you something real quick. When you swipe your EBT card at the checkout, do you already feel that tight feeling in your chest, wondering if the balance will last until the end of the month? Because right now, millions of families are standing in grocery aisles, watching prices climb, stretching every dollar, and praying the card doesn't decline. And today, that stress just got heavier. Not because you did anything wrong, but because changes are happening to SNAP and EBT right now that could affect how, when, and where you can use your benefits. This isn't just paperwork. This isn't just policy. This is about your food, your kids, and your survival. And here's the part that scares people the most. Many cardholders don't even realize the rules are shifting until their benefits are delayed, reduced, or suddenly blocked. So today, we're breaking down what's changing, why it matters to you, and what you need to watch out for starting now. Because when it comes to your wallet and your family, you deserve to know first, not last. And stay with me, because the biggest surprise is coming later, and it could affect millions. The system is shifting fast. Here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. The SNAP and EBT system is changing faster than most people can keep up with. And when programs change quickly, mistakes happen, delays happen, and families pay the price. Right now, across different states, agencies are updating eligibility checks, recertification schedules, security rules for cards, and even how benefits can be spent on paper. It's about improving the system. But in real life, it often means more paperwork, more verification, and more chances for your benefits to pause or change. And if you miss a letter, a deadline, or a message, your benefits can stop, even if you still qualify. That's the main problem. The rules may not be changing everywhere the same way, but the pressure on cardholders is increasing everywhere. And when the system gets tighter, families feel it first. But what does that actually mean for your day-to-day life? That's where the impact gets real and personal. How this hits your wallet and your kitchen. Let's talk about what these changes really look like at home. Not in government language, in real-life consequences. Families are reporting longer waits for benefit reloads, requests for new documents, confusion about store acceptance, and sudden account reviews. And when your benefits are delayed even by a few days, that means empty refrigerators, borrowing money, skipping meals, or choosing cheaper, less healthy food, and no family should be forced into that because of paperwork delays or system updates. Another big issue, many households depend on SNAP as their main food source, not a backup. So when anything changes, there is no cushion. And here's what makes this even harder. Not everyone gets clear notices. Not everyone understands the letters. And not everyone has time to sit on hold for hours, which means some families don't find out there's a problem until the card doesn't work. But now, let me tell you the part most people aren't talking about yet, because this is where things get even more serious. Security changes and card restrictions. Here's the twist that caught many cardholders off guard. New security measures are being added to prevent fraud, and that can change how your card works. Sounds good, right? Protect the money, stop theft. But here's the side effect. Some cards are now blocking certain online purchases, flagging unusual spending patterns, requiring PIN resets, or temporarily freezing accounts during reviews, which means perfectly legal, normal shoppers can suddenly face interruptions. And if your card gets flagged, it can take days or weeks to fix, depending on your state. That's not just frustrating. That's dangerous when food is on the line. So while the goal is to protect benefits, the reality is some families are being caught in the middle of security systems that aren't perfect. And that's why staying informed is not optional anymore, because what's coming next may affect how benefits are spent altogether. Yes, we're going there next. Where you can spend, store, and online changes. Another shift happening right now is about where your EBT card is accepted. Some retailers are updating systems, some online platforms are changing approval rules, and some smaller stores are losing authorization, which means your usual store may stop accepting EBT, your online grocery option may disappear, or certain items may suddenly be blocked, and when transportation is limited, that matters a lot. For seniors, disabled individuals, and parents without cars, online SNAP access is not a luxury, it's survival. But changes in partnerships and payment systems mean some areas gain access, others quietly lose it, and unless you're checking updates regularly, you may not know until checkout. This creates food deserts overnight, not because stores closed, but because payment access changed, and that's something families can't afford to discover last minute. But wait, the next part affects not just where you spend, but whether you keep receiving benefits at all. Recertification, the deadline trap. This is one of the biggest reasons benefits stop unexpectedly. Recertification. Every SNAP household must reprove eligibility. Income, address, household size, all of it. But here's the problem. Deadlines are strict, forms are confusing, and missing one step can shut off benefits instantly. Right now, many states are increasing verification checks, which means more mail, more online forms, more chances to miss something. And if your benefits stop, reapplying can take weeks, which means no groceries during the gap. So here's the truth. Even if your income hasn't changed, even if your family situation is the same, you can still lose benefits if paperwork isn't completed on time, and that is catching families completely off guard. But what if you did report everything correctly, and things still change? That's where the next update comes in. Benefit amounts. Why some families see changes. Let's talk about the question everyone asks. Why did my benefit amount change? Right now, benefit calculations are being adjusted based on income updates, household size reports, and updated expense formulas, which means some families are seeing small increases, no change, or unfortunately, reductions. And when food prices are still high, any reduction hits hard. But here's the frustrating part. Sometimes benefits change even when nothing major changed at home. Why? Because formulas are recalculated regularly, and small differences in reported expenses or income timing can affect totals. So if your deposit looks different this month, it doesn't always mean you did something wrong, but it does mean you should review your case, because small issues now can become big problems later. And now, here comes the part that most people truly are not prepared for. System backlogs and processing delays. Let's talk about something agencies don't advertise: processing delays. Across the country, caseworkers are overwhelmed, systems are overloaded, and updates take longer than expected. So even when you submit everything correctly, on time, your case might still sit in a queue. That means delayed benefit reloads, pending approvals, and unresolved issues stacking up, and families are left waiting without food support. Phone lines are busy, offices are understaffed, online portals crash, so the system becomes the bottleneck. And during that waiting time, bills don't stop. Kids still need to eat, and stress keeps rising, which is why it's more important than ever to track your submissions, save confirmation numbers, and follow up when needed, because silence doesn't always mean approval. And what comes next? It's about protecting yourself before problems start. How to protect your benefits right now. Let's shift from fear to action, because yes, changes are happening, but there are things you can do to protect your household. Start with these basics. Check your mail and online account weekly. Respond to letters immediately, report income or address changes fast. Keep copies of everything you submit. Also, update your contact info so agencies can reach you. Many benefit losses happen simply because agencies can't contact households. And if you use online portals, screenshot confirmation pages, because if something goes missing in the system, proof matters. And most important of all, don't ignore small issues. Small delays can turn into full closures if they sit too long. Staying proactive doesn't mean you did something wrong. It means you're protecting your family. And speaking of protection, there's another issue rising fast that we need to talk about next. EBT fraud and card safety alert. This part is serious. EBT fraud and card skimming are increasing in many areas. Scammers are targeting gas stations, small retailers, and even online platforms. They steal card numbers and drain balances overnight. And when that happens, getting money replaced can take time, if it happens at all. That's why new security measures are being added, but you also need to protect yourself. Change your PIN regularly. Cover the keypad when entering it. Avoid suspicious card readers. Monitor your balance often, because once benefits are stolen, recovery is not guaranteed, and that's terrifying when food is your lifeline. So yes, systems are tightening security, but personal awareness is just as important. Now, let's talk about the group being hit the hardest by all these changes. Who is most at risk right now? While everyone on SNAP feels these changes, some households are at higher risk of disruption. Seniors, disabled individuals, families with unstable housing, people with limited internet access. These groups often struggle with online forms, transportation to offices, long phone waits, which means problems last longer. And when support systems fail, the burden falls on families and communities. Food banks are seeing more demand, charities are stretched thin, and the emotional toll is huge. No one should feel ashamed for needing help, and no one should lose that help due to system obstacles. But unless changes are communicated clearly and fairly, these vulnerable groups pay the highest price. And that brings us to something important. Why staying informed is your strongest weapon. Here's something powerful. Information protects your benefits. When you know what's changing, you can act before problems explode. That means watching for updates, asking questions early, and not assuming everything is fine, because the SNAP system is not set and forget anymore. It requires attention. And yes, that's exhausting, but staying informed can mean the difference between full benefits and empty cupboards. That's why channels that cover these updates matter, because official letters often come late or unclear. So when you hear about changes early, you gain time to prepare. And preparation is power. Which leads us into the most important message of this entire video. This is bigger than just a program. This isn't just about SNAP. This is about how our country supports families during hard times. And right now, too many people are already stretched thin by rent, utilities, medical bills, and food prices. When support systems become harder to access, people fall through cracks, and no one should have to choose between groceries and gas or between medicine and meals. So when changes happen quietly, when systems get more complex, we must talk about it. We must shine light on it, because silence only helps the problems grow. And your voice, your awareness, actually matters, which brings us to the final part of this message. What you should do after this video. After this video, here's what I strongly recommend. Check your SNAP account status today. Look for recent letters or portal messages. Confirm your next recertification date. Update your contact info if needed. Don't wait until your card declines at checkout. Prevention beats emergency every time. Also, share this video with anyone you know who uses EBT, because many families still don't realize changes are happening. And awareness spreads protection. You never know whose grocery trip you might save. Now, let's close this out strong, because this message matters. Let me leave you with this. You deserve stability, you deserve dignity, and you deserve to know when systems that affect your survival are changing. Food assistance is not a handout. It is a lifeline during hard seasons. And right now, staying informed is part of protecting your family. So, if you want updates that actually matter to your wallet, if you want early warnings instead of late surprises, make sure you stay connected, stay informed, and stay ready. Because what happens next month, next quarter, next policy update could change everything. And I don't want you finding out at the checkout line. Comment if you've noticed changes with your EBT or SNAP benefits. Like this video so more families see it. And subscribe for updates that protect your food, your money, and your future. This is about your life, your family, and your right to survive with dignity. And I'll keep bringing you the updates so you're never in the dark again.